Person who created the entire universe is the most perfect designer. The creator God is the most perfect planner. See, animals, including humans, right? We need oxygen to survive. And plants need carbon dioxide, we call carbon dioxide, to survive. So look at what he did. Since he knew that there can never be a time when there will be no plants, and there can never be a time when there will be no animals totally on the earth. The whole animals die, the whole humans die, the whole plants die. So what he did was, he made it in such a way that there will be an exchange, right? So what the plants breathe out is what the animals breathe in. And what the animals breathe in is what the plants breathe out. So plants need carbon to be able to photosynthesize, right? So what they do is they take in carbon, which is what they need, and in that process they release oxygen. Animals need oxygen, including humans, and they don't need carbon. So what they do, they take in the oxygen from plants and then release their own carbon. So while plants are important to animals, animals are also important to plants, because we humans will release the carbon which the plants need, and the plants release the oxygen which we need. So as long as there are plants alive, and as long as there are animals alive, the earth is balanced. There must be an exchange of gases between these two living categories. But one more interesting thing here is plants are not the only producers of oxygen. Research and studies have shown that in the Great Sea, in the water bodies, in the oceans, we have other organisms that produce even the larger amount of oxygen, and they are called algae. These are small organisms, but they produce large amounts of oxygen. So we see that for every time we even impact the water bodies, if we impact the water bodies negatively, we are killing these organisms. And when we kill these organisms, the amount of atmospheric oxygen reduces, which also impacts our own life and the life of every other life form on earth. So we must take measures to protect our water bodies. We must take measures to even increase the production of plants, because plants don't just produce oxygen, they also decarbonize the earth. There are other sources of carbon from human activities. When we burn, maybe industries will release carbon. For every single thing we do, we release carbon into the atmosphere. But plants take care of them, because plants absorb this carbon. Plants take in this carbon, which we call carbon sequestration. Carbon sequestration is a process where the plants, they absorb